Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about relative clauses. What do you think? What the relative clauses are? Do you know what the relative pronouns are? Who, that, which, whose, and where? The boy who's standing over there is my friend. There are two types of relative clauses: defining and non-defining relative clauses. Defining relative clauses give us relevant or important or basic information about the topic we are talking about. Non-defining relative clauses give us extra information or additional information about the topic we are talking about. As you can see here, defining relative clauses, we can use who and that for people, relative pronouns which and that for things, relative pronoun where for places, and when for times, and whose for possession. I would like you to take a short look at some differences between defining and non-defining relative clauses. As you can see here, defining relative clauses give essential information or crucial or basic information about topic we are talking about. We don't use commas, we use that, and omission of relative pronoun is possible here when it's not the subject. Non-defining relative clauses give us extra information. We can use commas, we cannot use that, and it is not possible to omit relative pronoun. Now, take a look at these two sentences. The woman who lives next door is a doctor, and the woman who I wanted to see is away. These two sentences are examples of defining relative clauses. Why? You see this blue part here, who lives next door, or that lives next door, in first, and who I wanted to see, and that I wanted to see in the second sentence. So this blue part here is basic or relevant or crucial information about the woman we are talking about. On the other hand, in these two sentences here, you have Susan, who works in that company, is such a well-qualified person. Our colleague, which gives education in English, accepts students with scholarship. These two underlined parts are additional or extra information about Susan and about our colleague. As you can see, this part can be omitted. What else can we say about relative clauses? Relative clauses as sentence modifiers. Let's see. When the relative clause begins with which, we can use it to comment on the whole sentence. They didn't bring any food, which is unusual since they always bring snacks. She called me at midnight, which was rude, because she knows I work early mornings. The house, the roof of which is broken, should be mended. The English book, the exercises of which are a bit hard, gives a true explanation about grammar, instead of whose, of which can also be used. Susan has bought clothes, most of which were second-hand. Please note here that all these terms and expressions here are used in formal language. Now let us see something more about relative clauses. How do you reduce an adjective clause to an adjective phrase? Take a look at these two situations. If there is to be, am, is, are, etc., delete to be and relative pronoun, who, which, or that. For example, the car which is parked there is the director's car. If you delete which is relative pronoun, and is, which is to be, then you will get the next sentence. The car parked there is the director's car. Take a look at the second situation. If there is no to be, if there is no am, is, are, etc., delete the relative pronoun who, which, or that, and then change the verb to verb ing form. For example, the man who escaped from the prison was a bank robber. We don't have to be here, so we will delete who and we will change the verb escape to its ing form. And then we will have the next sentence. The man escaping from the prison was a bank robber. Here you have 5 sentences to practice relative clauses. When you finish, please check the answers to see if you were right. The first part of your homework is on this slide. Your task here is to join the sentences on the left with those on the right using who or which. The second part of your homework is in your books, vary the same topic. And that's all for now. Here soon.